Okay. I think now it's time. Anyone here?
Hi.
Hi, Venerable Pala.
I know. Seiji's text. Yay.
Okay, all right. Sorry, last time I got confused with the dates yesterday. Here we go. All right. Okay, who can tell me? So now we're doing a quiz for both classes that we missed, for last one and the one before. Who can tell me the scene of Master Shantideva reciting his masterpiece for the first time? This one, I think everybody knows. Everybody that has done course 10 knows it.
Yeah.
Nick, do you want to?
Sure. The other monks think he's as much of a slacker as he looks like, and they want to get rid of him. So they challenge him. Well, they ask him to recite something for the assembly, and they assume that he is going to fail miserably, and then they'll be able to get rid of him. So they give him a throne that's way too high for him to climb on, and when he gets there, he smacks the throne and then flies up to the top, or somehow magically appears at the top. I'm going to tell the short version. Then he starts reading the text, which is, he says, do you want me to read something that you already are familiar with, or something that you've never heard before? Yeah. And they're like, oh, this should be good. And they ask him to recite something that they've never heard before. And it's, the guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life. And as he starts reading it, people are amazed. And somehow he flies away out the window. I always pictured it outside, but
or through the roof.
He flies out the window or through the roof.
Chimney.
And people they can still barely hear him as he's into like the 10th chapter. And I think I've heard it somewhere where some people who have really good karma can hear the end, but some people can't.
I think it was the 9th chapter, 20% into the 9th chapter when he suddenly disappeared.
Cool. And then they came and found him, and then he told them that the book is stashed somewhere in his monk's cell.
In the rafter.
In the rafters, yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice story, Uncle Nick.
That's very much.
Family's lucky. Oh, Seiji, I wanted to warn you. I saw your SUV speeding through town about 100 miles an hour, and there was a wild Syrian woman driving it, and I just wanted to in case the police call or anything, you can.
She's trying to race with
Yeah, she's very proud of it.
We were test car. She was trying to race with us.
Did you read the stickers? Funny. For those of you who don't know, Noor just got her license, and we got her some beginner stickers that says "My driving scares me too." Make people laugh. So.
Maybe instead of giving people fingers, I can put these stickers on their car.
Right. All right. Then after what Nick just said, we went back to the root text and we started checking on the actual said by Charyavatara. Do you guys remember what analogy was used to compare the wish versus other quote unquote normal virtues?
We better look at the text secretly.
I'll give
something with.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oscar, yes.
Yeah, something with fruits of a tree and what? Juicing. Yeah, bamboo.
But you, so what does the bamboo and the tree represent?
Yeah, the peach tree can bring you fruits like forever. That's the wish. And the normal virtues gives you fruits and then it dies.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Oscar's always on it. Well done.
Yep.
Awesome. Please describe what the wishes compare that can help us purify bad seeds by deeds.
I'm going to go check the text.
After that, we went on to describe, well, it was full of analogies, that class of, and it says that it helps you purify like
A warrior.
So, can you repeat?
A warrior.
That's another one, but no, this I'm looking for
Oh yeah.
a different one. Purify is like something that happens at the end of the world.
Tang Tang said it in the chat, and Almira.
Yeah, and I said it too. Yeah.
Yeah, fire. Yeah, there you go. Fire at the end of the world. Yes. Puts an end to our negative deeds and can burn them in a single second.
Hey.
Sounds a little bit like the 4 powers. Actually, I was thinking, could you say, Geshe, that would be kind of the equivalent of the balancing act?
What's the balance?
Well, to do the opposite of, I mean, in terms of logic.
I see. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. And it's an antidote or a
Remedy.
Cool. What division of the wish, very famous, is mentioned here in the text? Please explain briefly.
Prayer versus action?
Yeah. And what's prayer and what's the action?
Prayer in general is like in your mind or your heart, the intent to have bodhisattva activities, and then action is actually engaging them and helping people in some way.
Cool. Yep, that's exactly it. From our prayer, thinking and us would be to help all living beings, and wish in the form of action, actually helping people. Perfect. Where's an incredible benefit mentioned about having the wish in the form of action? Please describe the conditions given. Hint, Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I like it.
Everything you do becomes a cause for enlightenment. It becomes a good deed.
Even hanging out and just watching Netflix or
Yeah.
What happens as you are watching Netflix and you have the form of the wish as an action?
you amass great karma?
You keep making good karma just watching Attorney Wu.
Right.
Yeah.
Uninterrupted, or it does say though that you have to have like an unstoppable decision, meaning real bodhicitta, right? So
Okay.
Oh man.
well, that's what I interpret, right? Decision is unstoppable. And it says that even if you go to bed or do things mindlessly, you're good, uninterrupted. The seeds flow as big as space itself.
Oh, that's a big seed.
What gives the wish its incredible power? Please explain the logic behind it.
I haven't, but I'm not going to answer.
Is it because you're wishing to help infinite beings?
Right. Yes. Do you remember what the text said about it? Let's say that it was mentioning.
Did you say something about being as big as space or something?
Yeah. That's the one before. It's kind of related. Would it work for other? A hint would be, what happens if you have a lesser motivation?
It's still a positive thing if you're giving without the wish, but if you have the wish, it becomes super giving.
Right. I was hoping
Looking
to
for something else. Okay.
a different
It becomes pure karma.
to help. Elmira said it in the chat, to help all beings. The fact that you want to help all beings is what makes it so powerful.
Oh, yeah.
In a sense that even if you had a lesser motivation, it would still make your results unstoppable.
Well, it's more than just helping them, right? It's getting them to an enlightened state.
Well, it mentioned like not of glorious motivation, so I don't know. It seemed to say that it was more the fact of just wanting to help everyone.
Yep, I think so.
And I was thinking, what would be the logic behind it? I was thinking that because our karmic object is infinite, then that's what would make it to be uninterrupted. He does make the point to say that not having a good motivation, I mean, not a great motivation.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right.
Thanks, Seiji.
That's the second words. Yay.
New things,
Yes,
sexy Sanskrit words.
Trebu.
Fruit or result.
Right. Well, in this case, fall, but yeah, fruit, they say it was related to it, right?
I think.
Is it more fruit or fall?
Yeah.
Oh,
Seiji,
fruit.
you said it was related to full, F-U-L-L.
Oh, yeah, F-U-L-L. Yeah.
Oh. I
It
thought-
turned into, yeah.
okay. All right. Kushala.
Virtuous?
Mhm.
Goodly?
Goodly.
By the way, you guys know the Sanskrit for fall.
Oh
Pot.
yeah. Nice.
Someone fell into the Anjali.
Yeah. Patanjali.
Anjali.
Okay. I don't know Prasavati.
Vasavati.
Something Chen has something, right?
Well, pra would be in front.
Mhm.
I don't know this. Dun, 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 dun.
Because in the notes, increase, produce, or
Mm.
increase greatly.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
And now sexy. Oh, it's double because I missed one of the homeworks. So sexy words.
A wish in the form of a prayer.
Yeah. But I thought Munsem just by itself is just prayer, right?
No, Mun Lam is prayer, but Mun Sem is the
Oh,
wish in the form of a prayer.
oh,
I mean, it's probably short for something else, like right, Geshe Mun Lam Ki Jang Sem or something.
Mumbai Sam, I think.
Mun Bei Sem.
okay. And Juxem.
Action.
The wish in the form of action.
All right. And
Shupa.
Request.
but in what context is it usually used?
Sutra requested by.
Yeah. Right.
Cool.
Not-
Awesome.
What's the Sanskrit?
Paripercha.
Yeah, good. Nice.
Mm.
Nice
Cool.
homework.
Thanks, you guys.
Good job, you guys.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Translation? No?
Oh, yes. Translation, sorry.
Yeah.
And yeah, Nick, help me do this.
If it's correct, I helped him.
It might have helped me.
If it's not correct, I think it was Word who helped you.
It was
Yeah.
No,
Darude.
probably with Paula.
Sage, you want to understand, you want to explain what we're translating right now?
Oh yeah, so we're talking about the Netflix thing of how can we the author had mentioned that the Buddha had said no, yes, the Buddha had said that helping all beings makes it unstoppable.
Good.
We stopped in the middle of the quote
Yeah, actually, and there are some of the quotations that Master Shantideva mentions, Gyaltsabje explains them. And
Mhm.
some of them he doesn't explain. So when Gyaltsabje doesn't explain them and there's nobody else who tried to explain them, we go find them in John Brady's database because we have John Brady's database. Due to all the gold clubs, etc. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, sorry. So here. Thanks for doing that for us, Geshe, by the way, among all the other things.
Okay. Chicha Shena, what was to happen just before that, Seiji?
The Think of Your Prayer Bar, they're already doing a big giving, immeasurable giving, which was what Venerable Utpala was saying.
Yeah, and they're kind of saying that the act of having bodhicitta is equal to the first perfection in its extreme.
Hmm.
Just having bodhicitta is equal to the first perfection done with extra, like giving away half your body, like who did? King
Lord Buddha, before he was Lord Buddha.
Sri Sena. That's a long time ago in Japan. Okay. All right. Now, and somebody comes up and says, Chicha, why is having bodhicitta similar to the perfection of giving in a huge way? Why is just sitting in your couch and having bodhicitta like serving 1,000 people dinner? Why is that? And here's the answer. Please read Seiji Ditate.
Ditate jikten ki kantam che tu chela dampe chöki char yin parn de patam dutsi yin ki char yin parn de patam
Chimpar.
dim
Chimpa.
chimpar de patam. Thank you.
And now we're gonna compare bodhicitta to some extraordinary acts of giving. Okay. So it says, well, if you have bodhicitta for 10 minutes, it's like you would like to offer a rain of the holy Dharma and a torrent of nectar to all the people in all of the worlds. Yeah, good. The only comment I have is he took the trouble to repeat the words every time. You want to send a rain of the Dharma down on every living being on every planet in the universe. You want to send a rain down of deathless nectar. I would keep repeating it because he's building it up. Okay.
So actually, Seiji, it's not to repeat what you're writing now, it's to repeat. And I meant to do that again. I just missed it that one time, I think.
Okay.
It's to repeat that he would like to offer over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the image is very beautiful. You're not like saying, I would like to give everybody $100. You're saying, I would like to be a huge rain cloud and rain down on every desert, on every planet in the universe at the same time. And then
to offer.
it has to be a rain cloud that rained down nectar that when it touches their bodies, they can't die anymore. That's what and these are all bodhicitta fantasies that you can do in your own retreat, for example. Lots of fun. Okay. All right. We got some more chars coming. What's char? Rain.
Parts. Oh.
I'd like to, can you read Seiji one more and then you have liberty to pick on other people like Noor.
Dampe chöki char tong wan de patang dutsi yin ki char tong wan de patang dampe chöki char nam par tong wan de patang dutsi yin ki char nam par tong wan de pateni.
Yeah, he would like to send down, he or she. By the way, we're trying very hard to make the mixed nuts gender inclusive. So we'll say he or she would like to send rain of Dharma down, right? We'd like to send out a torrent of nectar. Yep. And then Yeah, really sent forth. He changes the verb. I would still like to send the rain of Dharma down on people, but I would like to soak them with the rain or something like that. You got to find something sexy.
Mhm.
Like, what's a big rain? Hurricane. I
I
want
thought
to
about writing hurricane.
hurricane of Dharma.
Yeah, that might be cool. I almost at first I was confused about Dutsi Yin Gichara. I was like, it's gonna rain a sphere of nectar.
By the way, it wouldn't be wrong, I think, to throw in there somehow emptiness for yin. You know, I don't know, empty nectar that makes people immortal. Em- em- emptiness, immortal nectar, something like that. I wouldn't mind that. Okay, good.
Immoral.
Emptiness nectar. But you know, Seiji, you decide later when you're not have a bunch of people staring at you. And who's going to read this last line?
Oh, no escaped.
Yeah, you know, Seiji, when it's time to read, people have to go to the toilet. I don't know what it is.
Let's see. Lisa Lee, can you help me?
Hey, Lisa Lee.
Okay, thank you. บินผ่าขังทงบ่าขังน้ำผ่าทงบ่าขันแค่อีนังนาโชอินโนเตนิทามพาปาอินโน
Yeah, nice. Thank you, Lisa. You're getting better and better. It's giving. What? It's giving. It's giving away. Toa. Like, what's the famous meditation?
Tonglen.
It is number toa. Super giving.
Super giving.
And of all the kinds of giving, it is the choke. Yeah, and by the way, Nick, Tamba actually means supreme, right?
Oh, yeah, but I had to make it different than choke, right?
Baby love, my baby. Yeah, I mean highest. You gotta find another word for supreme. Yeah, holy doesn't make it in this context. Okay.
Totally.
Now, Seiji.
Yeah.
We went on a detour. Master Shantideva mentioned a sutra. We had the mixed nuts ethics work standard to go find the Dang Sutra. We read the Dang Sutra. How does it prove what he said back in the verse without looking at the verse?
Well, it's the supreme giving. So yes.
Yeah. He said just having bodhicitta is worth giving away the universe to other people. And did the sutra correspond?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, perfectly. Okay, so you have to craft your footnote wisely and prove you're a real mixed nut. All right. Who's going to read the next verse? Oh, that's Grandpa. Uh-oh.
Geshe, can I ask you a super quick question?
Yes. You know, Rosa changed my name, Seiji.
To what?
Quickly. She calls it, hey, quickly. Quickly.
So
Go ahead.
I remember hearing this about vows. Is it the case of a vow because it's a commitment or more because of bodhicitta, that it gives uninterrupted even when you're not actually doing good deeds?
I agree with Nick. My gut feeling is that because the objects are infinite, Dharma is pretty unstoppable. I think it's just the statistical number of people you're thinking to help. You know, I have a feeling that's the difference, right?
But not so much because of making a commitment, more the object, the karmic object.
I think so in this case. Yeah.
But we talked about, was it in a different book, that taking a vow made it a lot more powerful than just doing the thing?
That's true too. Yeah, that's true too. Okay.
Both is pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Seiji, who are you gonna pick on?
Okay, let's see. Catherine, are you translating?
No. It's time to. She's always translating.
All right. Oh. Yeah, go for it, Catherine. Oh, I cannot hear you.
I can't hear her either, Seiji.
Let's try. No, Bertus. Lindsay, do you wanna go for it?
Samche nam ki la na le na sa le what?
Lene Sam.
Le sam. Thank you. Solo nya du sam na yang. Fa do sam pendo sampatang dande dende sunam pa me dagirna.
Thank you.
Dagirna.
Yeah.
What's Semchen, Seiji?
Living beings.
And what's the num when you add it to Semchen?
All?
Yeah, all. Lay we had in Gibson's book, and I'm sure Gibson remembers it. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the wrong time zone.
Brain.
Brain, good. Here it means head, okay? Head, nawa. What's that?
Headache. A headache.
Headache, yeah, headache. And just that, some means just a headache, okay? Look, you don't want to lead them to matchless enlightenment.
Yeah.
You don't want to save them from the wheel of suffering. You just want that in the future, nobody in the universe should ever have a migraine. Okay, you just that much, that small. Sello means I would like to sell their headache. Seiji?
Sure.
Yeah, I would like to clear it away. I would like to clear it away. Nyamdo. Just thinking that in your mind, just thinking in your mind, look, I don't want to make all beings enlightened. I just want to take away everybody's migraines. Okay, nobody in the world, nobody in the universe should ever have a migraine again. This Pendok Samba, who's got that
beneficial thought,
intention of wanting to help everybody, if you have that sunam is Bhaktu Mepa.
Virtue is endless.
Is immeasurable, cannot be measured, cannot be estimated. Okay. So he says, forget bodhicitta. Let's not talk about bodhicitta. Let's say you just had a thought, you had a bad migraine, and you said, I hope I can take on the migraines of every living being in the universe today, just this morning. You know, then that mini bodhicitta with just one kind of suffering is huge. Pakme, immeasurable karma. So this kind of answers the question you were asking, Seiji. Why? And again, it's statistics. Because objects are uncountable, the karma is uncountable. Okay, there's no limit to living beings. And one by one, you will enlighten them until the end.
Wow.
You should be raising your eyebrows. Okay, who's up next? Oh, let's see if we got any Sanskrit fun here. So Sanskrit nouns have endings like A, I, U, okay? Like guna, good quality, ends with an A. Can you think of a Sanskrit noun that ends with an I?
Anti.
like the inner channels. And can you think of one that ends with U? Dhenu, which means a cow. Okay, yeah. So generally, now, and by the way, nouns can end in consonants also, like
Arhat.
arhats. Okay, arhats. Okay, yeah. So those are the ways. When you see a word ending with an A, an I, a U, or a consonant, which is just about every word there is, it could be a noun. And depending on the letter that it ends with in its stem form. So stem form means without saying plural, without saying to it, without saying from it, without saying around it, without saying anything about it, its raw ending is either a simple A or a simple I or a simple U or sometimes a consonant, okay? And that's called stem. And then you add to nouns, you add, what's a conjugate? Not conjugation. Declension.
Declension.
You can make it a simple subject of the sentence. You can make it the object of the verb. You can make it from, you can make it plural. You can make it dual. They're separate endings. So you add endings to the raw stem. The raw stem is going to be A, I, U normally, sometimes N like yogin. Well, that's not. You can specify to the person, from the person, with the two people, from the two people, for the three people. You can specify with just the ending of that you put on the word, okay, on the stem. So you got to know about stems. So you start with a stem, and then you add endings on it. In this way, Sanskrit is infinitely more precise than Tibetan. Okay, Tibetan has one preposition for like 6 different meanings. Law has about 6 different meanings, but the Sanskrit is very precise, and that's why it's called Sanskrita, perfectly formed language. Okay, all right. So we'll get there, but just know there are endings that you stick on the stems. That means to him, from him, for him, with him, different endings. Very precise language, okay? And then if you're translating Tibetan, especially of an original Sanskrit text, and you have the Sanskrit, it's kind of irresponsible to translate it without checking the Sanskrit, because the Sanskrit is very precise, and you can avoid a lot of mistakes, okay? I don't encourage you to master Sanskrit, because I said 99% is gone. It's a dead language. It doesn't help us much anymore. But you should know enough to look it up and make sure you have the right word. Okay. Okay. Okay, Seiji, who's up?
Okay, let's see. Oscar.
Hola. Semchen rere mi dewa. Pactu me pas seldunchin. Rere angyuntan pagmetu. Trupar dupa muchitku.
Nice. Nice, Oscar. So, Seiji, Semchen.
Living beings.
Rere. Rere means what, you guys?
Each and every.
Each one. Yeah. Me dewa is the opposite of dewa. Yeah, the unhappiness of every living being, every single living being's unhappiness. Bhakti mepa. Yeah, endless, right? Endless. And it could refer to 2 different things.
Endless beings or endless unhappiness?
Yeah, endless beings are endless unhappiness according to Juan Hassel. Okay. Now, if you had the desire to sell all those midewas, Seiji,
Get rid of?
clear them away. Okay. So, in a negative sense, if you had the desire to take away the suffering of every single living being in the universe, and by the way, you cannot, until you achieve actual bodhicitta, and see emptiness directly, you cannot understand what it means to be infinite.
Wow.
But you can pretend. You can imagine, oh, one planet, oh, there's another planet behind that, and there's another planet behind that. I mean, a human being who has not had that experience directly cannot understand infinity. But you can imagine it. And, you know, try to sit with it for a while and make it more than you used to. It used to be 3 planets. Try to make it 6 or something, okay? But infinite is really something if you ever see it directly, okay? Okay, so if you want to take away the suffering of infinite beings, and then on the other hand, I would like to give them all the yintens, Seiji. Yeah, all the good qualities. Bak mepa means unimmeasurable, good qualities. I don't want to just take away people's suffering. I want to make them all perfect spiritual beings, okay? Give them all good qualities, okay? Drupa, I would like to achieve that, okay? I would like to achieve that. Machiga means what need mention that? Who needs to mention it? Where did this, by the way, this and the previous verse are tied together because the previous verse ended with if. If you wanted to remove one person's headache, if you wanted to remove migraines for every living being, then do I have to mention the karma that you would get if you wanted to remove all their suffering? And more than that, give them every good quality. Do I have to mention? I mean, do you have to say that? Like give them, I don't know, soft heads forever or something. Okay. There's a word guna, which means good quality. The Tibetan is yinten. Yinten became a common personal name. We have a good friend Yinten. And it's just one of the words here. Where did it come in the verse? Why was it mentioned in the verse?
Oh, to take away their pain and then give them the good.
Yeah, give them all good qualities. I want to give them all gunas. I want to give them all gunas. Okay. And that's retroflex. There's a dot under the end. When you see a dot, curve your tongue back in your mouth. Guna. What are you talking? I'm not understanding you at all. Okay. When you turn your tongue back, it's very fun. Talk with your tongue back. Yours is a perfect accent. We are going to send you back to India. All right. All right. Okay. What?
I think you're about to mention the 4 immeasurables.
Say again? Oh, they are about to mention the 4 immeasurables, I think. Yeah.
Oh, with the Muchiga, I thought you were about to say something about them.
Oh, not yet. It's coming though.
Okay.
It's coming. Okay. Sorry. As punishment word for interrupting Grandpa, you have to read the Sanskrit for 123. Very carefully, with great pronunciation.
Okay, I'll do my best. Here we go. Tasya, Matu, Pitor,
Yeah.
Vapi, Pitas Shansyam,
Shanshayam.
Idarshi,
Yeah, either she.
Devanam, Va, Urshinam,
Yeah.
Va, Brahmanam,
Manang. No, don't close the M.
Manang,
Yeah.
Va,
And don't give me a real hard va. Mix it with a W and you sound like an Indian. Wa. Wa.
Wa,
Not a W, it's not a V. It's halfway between. Wa.
Wa, Ba,
Here's another.
Ba Vishyati.
I don't want to hear these strong English V's.
Oh, Ba Vishyati.
Yeah, Bobby is what very good. All right. I'm going to break it down in the, here we go here. Seiji, who do you want to read?
Earl. Cyril?
Thanks.
Reading so much today, I'm going to have to put on a suit and tie soon, Geshe Michael.
Yay.
I'll believe it when I see it.
You can start with a coat without any shirt on, and we can go from there. Okay.
Ma'am young na ma young rung. Sala di dre pensem ye ladang drang rung nam kyang rung.
Song
Oh, yeah.
Sangpala yang di ye dam.
Nice. Okay, good. He's struggling to find an example of someone who really cares for another person. Okay, and he comes up with Pitur and Matur.
Oh.
Yeah, mother and father. Okay, Matur and Pitur. Okay, so you could take the example of your pa or your ma. Okay, whether you're talking about your mother or your father. Sula Jinde Pensem. Sula means who could ever have that kind of pensem, helping another person. And the only example Master Shantideva can come up with is a mother or a father. And he says, I can't think of anybody else. You know, think about how a mother or father feels towards their child. Okay, and he says, you know, I can't give you any greater example. It's the way a mother or father feels towards their child. Okay, and that's the attitude you're going to have about how many people? Infinite. That's all. I can't give you a better example of that degree of love than a mother's love for their child or a father's love for their child. Okay, which Seiji can appreciate with Maitri. And if you know, if anyone ever tried to, I don't know, do something to Maitri, I pity them if they're around Seiji. Okay. Same with Amelie and Eva and all those guys. Okay. Sushumna and Ezra. All my grandkids. You can take class. You can take chansongs.
Hershey's.
Yeah. Hershey's or cities. You can take Sangha, Brahma. Okay. Yadam, do they have that kind of attitude?
Oh, no, it's not.
No.
It's not appropriate.
He says you can take those superheroes, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Batman. Devas. He says Devas, yeah. Now, he says something very delicate. And we're going to read the commentary from Gyaltsab J. And here's what Word was mentioning. What gets you to the first concentration level rebirth, where you become Brahma and you can play with planets like marbles? What gets you to that level? Okay, what can get you to that level? He says Semeshi.
The four measurables.
Practice of the four measurements. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. Okay, that's what comes up next. Okay, and he's now, this is a tough comparison. He's comparing the karma of bodhicitta and the karma of the four measurables.
Which are very related.
Well, that's a good question. Okay, let's go look at it. Okay. Here's the commentary. We're just going to read this one long sentence, Seiji. Who do you want to pick on?
Let's see, who do you have? Luca.
Nipani Pang Say Di Thập. Thập.
Good.
Jiten. Nạp là hăng.
10.
Hen. Thật. Thật được. Thật. Được. Thập. Thập mà. Yang nào mà. Yang rô.
Rung.
Càng.
Mhm.
Rung càng.
Mhm.
Rung càng.
Great.
Sắc.
Keep going, Kazakh Shin.
Transaction. Sư là tế phá.
They what?
Tế hóa. Cho. Chứ. Hà tí.
And Dindre.
Ra. Thế. Sang. Cá.
Là
Sang. Cá. Là dơ. Là thắng. Tế phá. Má. Má. Má quấy. Tăng.
Thăng.
Thăng. Thăng. Xong. Na. Hiang rong. Sa mê phá sinh. Nê phê. Thăng. Phá. Là yang.
Nice.
Phê santi. Dra. Yết thế mê tô.
Yay.
Luca, Seiji is a bad man to give you such a long one. Okay, Seiji, 你把pensem, pembesem. This wish to help people, this wish to help another person, this kind of wish, jikten, what's jikten, loka? In the world, you only find it towards pu, towards their kids. Pemba Dapa means who wants to help their children. Pa or ma. You find this level of love in the world among parents, okay? Could be either one. Yang Rung Kang. But there's other kinds of beings who have achieved supreme happiness, okay? But they don't have this level of concern for other people, pensem. Okay, they don't have that level. There are extraordinarily powerful worldly beings who can move planets with their fingers, but they don't have this level of wanting to help other people. They don't have it. Okay. Then he gives some examples. Flaws don't have it.
Gods.
Only gods. Chung Songs who can do acts of truth. High yogis who can do acts of truth. They can turn the Ganges River backwards, but don't have this kind of love of a parent towards their child. Okay. And then he says, Brahma, who is living in where he is, due to their four semepas.
Oh, immeasurable. Right.
And I'm not sure it's the four immeasurables. Maybe Word can check the Great Dictionary. Maybe there's another set of semepas. Maybe you could do a proximity search between the four Tsimnes and Sangba.
Okay.
Because I would debate, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If there's a difference in karma between the four immeasurables and bodhicitta.
Pretty much the same.
Because the fourth immeasurable is pretty much bodhicitta, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the method to get bodhicitta.
Well, here it seems to be he's crediting the four immeasurables with creating Brahma. The reason Brahma gets to be God of a small solar system or something, is that he had the 4 immeasurables, but I'm not sure they're the 4 that we usually talk about.
Well, and in Sanskrit, don't we sometimes call them the Brahma Viryas?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Maybe they are also the karma you need to become a small god for a solar system or something. Okay.
Complication. All immeasurable doesn't include the resolution to become a Buddha.
Stanley says the 4 immeasurables don't include the resolution to become a Buddha.
But they include the
That's-
resolution to help everybody to become a Buddha.
In the long version of the 4 immeasurables, where there's 4 versions of each one, 16 total. That one's kind of resolved, I think. But I bet Word is going to find something. Let's see. By the way, that's the great power of having a database. If anyone has found it, we'll find it. Okay. And we should be really grateful to John Brady and his team. Yeah. And by the way, I can't do anything without that database. So, I could teach you the root text, but I couldn't teach you the details, So, okay. Even after 25 years of Geshe course, you couldn't. Without the database, you couldn't. Okay. So we're very lucky to have it. All right, Seiji. And thank you, Seiji, for working so hard for DCI and SCIM, which through your wife's efforts for our donation department helps so many organizations, including ALO. And that's because you work so hard at DCI while Grandpa is relaxing in San Diego on the beach.
Well, that's our organizers, but yes.
Yeah, no, it's you. I know. Okay, who's next? You got Seiji. We got time, I think. Yeah,
2 minutes.
Oh, let's see. We can do someone in the room. Oh, Rob.
Ah.
Sorry, I know you've been going all day today.
Rob's Tibetan just got amazing.
Oh, wait. Let's sit over here, Rob. Me and Rob, we're going to take a moment of your class, Seiji. Please don't mind. So Europe has been flooded with refugees due to a very serious war. And I don't know, 200,000 people have died. This morning, 3 children died in a bomb attack. And, try to put your mind on imagining people who are, and I don't care which side you're on or what you think about it, I don't care. But people are getting hurt. And so we have the people in Sedona, the people in this room, we've decided to help some of the refugees. And we got permission to bring 3 women without their husbands and 1 of their children. We got permission to bring them to Arizona to take care of them and give them a place to stay where they won't get bombed. And we're not supporting one side and we're not supporting the other side. We're just saying, if you're getting bombed, we would like to bring you here to be safe. And I think if you're a real Buddhist, if you're reading these ancient books and somebody's getting bombed on your planet, then I feel strongly that you got to do something. We got to do something. You can't just pray and I hope they don't get bombed or something like that. You got to do something. If you have any money, if you have any breath in your body still, you got to do something for these people. And I don't care what country they're from. I don't care what's the thing about. I don't care. If someone's getting bombed, I want to bring them to my house. And look, you can stay in my house. So we did it. And the people here in Sedona, we are bringing 4 refugees, 1 child and 3 moms or 3 women to protect them from the bombing. So we got a special permission, and we're committed to help them. We will pay for their place. We're going to try to give them work at the cafe. And the agreement is they can run away anytime they want. And they can go to New York or San Francisco or a real city and have fun and support themselves and do whatever they want. So we're not, but just to get started, we're going to give them a free apartment, a free car, free food, free place to work if they want work. And we're going to protect them from bombs. That's all. And we'll do it. If it takes 10 years, we'll do it for 10 years. If it takes 2 years, we'll do it for 2 years. But we committed. And we are committed, and we will pay, and it's okay. But if you would like to help us, that would be very appreciated, because Grandpa's money is always limited because of work. So I'm willing to do it. Me and my wife and John Brady and his wife, us 4, we decided to take responsibility. We're paying for everything. But if you want to help, we won't refuse. So and Rob Haggard is here sitting next to me. And he's helping with Rosa to organize this project to help people not get bombed. And when they stop the bombs, that's okay. So the top QR code is donation to help with their rent and their food and medical costs and stuff like that. The bottom is like in America, when there's a marriage, they do what they call a registry, and they pick a bunch of things on Amazon, and you buy them for the man and the wife. So if you would rather buy something from the wish list, so we don't want 10 people to buy TVs because they only need 1. So in this way, if you want to directly buy something for their kitchen or their bedroom or something like that, you can go to the Amazon wish list and you can buy something, and it will be sent in your name to the refugees who are coming here. I kind of think that's more fun, but it's up to you. Unfortunately, the guy who's renting us an apartment for them doesn't take toasters for money. So we also need cash. We also going to need cash. So if you'd like to donate cash for their rent and stuff like that, that's the QR code on the top. If you'd like to pick out something to send to them, then go to the wish list. And I'll tell you a funny story. We had Anjali and Rosa and Rob were looking all over Rimrock. It's a very, very tight housing market. There's about 500 people living in trailers because there's no houses, there's no apartments. And we found an apartment that we were able to get. And guess what? It's Scott Vesic and Orit Vesic's old apartment by coincidence. And we think that's so sexy that the only apartment we could find for them is Scott and Orit's old apartment. So it's got a lot of good karma in that apartment because they started SCIM, they started DCI. They hired me and Seiji to work for DCI and SCIM. And that's their apartment in the picture in the middle. It's a beautiful place. So if you'd like to help with that, and then that's the Peachtree Cafe in the picture. And that's the cinnamon rolls and the coffee. So if you'd like to help, you're very welcome to help. We are not supporting politically one country over another country. We're helping all the countries. If someone is suffering, we're trying to help them. All right. Yay. Okay. Uncle Nick, we're going back to you.
All right. Thank you, sir. And God, that's really great that you've arranged that. It's amazing. What a worthy cause. Thanks, guys. I gave something. I'll try to give more. It's 6:31. Let's come back in 10 minutes.
Hey, Nick, you could loan him your dog. I mean,
Does somebody want to borrow Drew? I don't know. He's pretty.
Hi, Maitri. Hi, Maitri. Hi, Maitri. Your dad did a good job today. And watch out for your mom. She's driving around VLC. Stay off the street, Maitri.
In any case.
By the way, people are asking in the chat if Deluxe Heart is the what you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it is. Yep.
And then if you want to do like a bank transfer, we're going to put the email in the chat. You can reach out to me and we'll arrange a bank transfer as well.
Yep.
Yep.
Awesome.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for class.
Yay, all living beings.
Sashi.
Sashimi. Okay, we got 8 minutes for dinner.
Okay. See you then.
What? People are asking for the